There are some people out there that will tell you which SMMA outreach methods are better than others. The fact of the matter is that everybody has their own forms of outreach and they know how to utilize them to the best of their ability. In this video, I'm just going to break down every single outreach method that I'm familiar with so that you can decide which one is best for you. If you do go on to enjoy this video, all I ask is that you click the like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I'm pretty much just going to be breaking down every single one that I've been familiar with. And the first that I think everybody is familiar with in the SMMA space is cold email outreach. Pretty much all this entails is, going to a business owner, a marketing director, somebody that is a key decision maker, and creating a good cold script, sending them an email through a warm domain, and pretty much doing that in volume in hopes of them getting a reply or booking a call. So some systems that you can use for cold email. A lot of people will build a list of clientele and they'll put it into a third-party software like Apollo or Instant AI, something like that, where they'll send it out in mass through multiple domains. Let me explain that. So like some softwares will give you multiple domains so that your main business domain is not marked as spam, so that you're not sending thousands and thousands of email through one business domain, that your domain is marked as spam. So a lot of softwares will give you multiple domains to send it from. For example, if I'm sending it from, Will Ross Marketing, I would create a domain that says WR Marketing or Will Ross M or Will Ross Outreach or something like that. And I would probably create 20 to 30 of these so that there are multiple emails sending, 40 to 50 emails a day that add up that aren't necessarily getting sent to spam. This is an extremely effective form of outreach if you know how to use it right. I had an interview with Andre Hakel Jr., whose agency reached 100,000 a month, and he pretty much just used these systems in an effective way and was able to get that six-figure month, which is absolutely insane, something that we all strive for as agency owners. So cold outreach is method number one. It's the most popular outreach method, but that being said, not a lot of people can use it to the effect that the top dogs can use it. So if you can use it in a good system, you have a good script, you have warm domains, there's no reason why you shouldn't be getting multiple clients on a monthly basis. The second outreach method is warm email, which is pretty much like cold email, except you're not sending the outreach, they're coming to you via an email marketing strategy. So to break this down, it's pretty much like I would give an offer or I would give an incentive for somebody to sign up to my newsletter. Say it's like a free PDF or a free template or strategy or something along those lines. Like a one-page marketing strategy is really popular and effective in that space. And a lot of business owners will take that because it's free. All they have to do is enter their email. What you can do in multiple softwares like MailChimp, Constant Contact, Klaviyo, things like that, is that you can create an email customer journey, which means that once somebody signs up for your email newsletter, they're then scheduled out emails throughout 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, whatever it may be. And you can have anywhere from 3 emails to, 30 emails for, that email customer journey. Pretty much what you're doing is just nurturing them. Those emails could be anything from testimonials. It could be from services. It could be, different call to actions within your business, but it's pretty much just going to always have a book now at the bottom. So if somebody's enticed with your email, if somebody comes across your email and it says, this is how I've been able to help this client, 2, 3, 4x their business, then they're probably going to want to be like, okay, well, yeah, I want to do that too. They're going to book a call, and it's all done through that warm email system that you've set up by building an offer, building a landing page, and then building an email sequence that somebody can go through. It may sound intimidating, but I've got a couple videos on my channel that really break this process down into further actions. If you're interested in that, just go find those. Those are pretty easy to find. Granted, that one is going to cost some money up front if you want to do that from an advertising perspective. You can also build that from a personal brand, which I'll get into a little bit later, but that is the second outreach method, which is technically warm email. The third, and one that I've talked a lot about on this channel, is Upwork, and pretty much just applying to as many jobs that you think are valid as possible on the platform. And I've got some templates down below that if you don't have already from watching my channel, you can literally just copy and paste that template into an Upwork application. Those templates I've actually tested and ran and have worked best for me on my Upwork journey when I was a beginner as well. But this is really something you can dive into as soon as possible. You don't need to, create a fancy logo for your agency. You don't need to create, a fancy name, anything like that. It's really a freelancer platform, so you can go in there and work for people through Upwork to build up your clientele so you can move on to something like warm email. Popular process that I've seen people do is start on Upwork, get like 5 to 10 really good client success stories on Upwork, build a website through that, and then put the money they make off Upwork through ads for people to run through the email marketing, the warm email marketing kind of thing. But Upwork is basically just a platform where people and business owners can, put their job postings out there saying anything from like, hey, I need email marketing help, I need social media management help, I need somebody to run my advertising, and there's thousands and thousands of jobs being posted per day, so there's no shortage of clientele on there. All you need for this is really a good offer and a good cold script that you can tell people, who you are, what you do without coming across spammy, and try to personalize it as best as possible, because as somebody who owns my own business and, is trying to, grow my other businesses as well, you can definitely tell when somebody's reaching out from a template that's not personalized. So if you can make it as personalized as possible while still keeping a basic outline for your applications, that'll serve you well in the long run. This might cost you some money up front, but nothing crazy. I think $20 gets you like 150 connects, which is like Upwork's currency, which will allow you to apply to a lot of jobs. My opinion is you need to apply to 5 to 10 a day at the very low end. And then if you still don't see any results after 2 weeks, or nobody's messaged you after 2 weeks, there's something wrong with your offer or your cold script. It's not the volume, it's not the platform, it's genuinely what you're offering, because if you're doing that much outreach, people definitely will reach out to you. I also want to say, in my opinion, Upwork is the best for beginners because you don't have to, create a Google Suite account, an Outlook account for your own domain. You don't have to buy anything. All you really have to do is just create a profile, put $20 into connects, which, I think a lot of people can afford. You don't even have to put $20 into it. You could buy a lower amount. I just think $20 is the best bang for your buck, and just start applying. You could literally start today if you really wanted to. So the third outreach method is Upwork, and the one that I think is most friendly for beginners. The fourth outreach method is cold DMing people on social media, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Those are kind of like the three top dogs in the space. I have seen people like get clients from YouTube and like commenting on different like e-commerce businesses posts, and I've even seen the same thing on TikTok as well. So, but those are less popular. Those are kind of wild cards. I would really focus on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. For this, if you don't have a social presence for your agency set up, I would just go ahead and use your personal brand. There's absolutely nothing wrong with reaching out to companies as your personal brand, as like who you are, not necessarily just an agency. I started doing this 10 to 20 times a day, and I was able to land like 3 to 4 clients throughout my time cold DMing people for a couple months. But again, this all kind of goes back to the backbone of what people are going to take you seriously for, and that's a good offer and a good script, because if you don't have any of that, then nobody's going to reach out to you. I know a lot of people, they try to get into the SMMA space are from overseas. I would, recommend and try to encourage you to learn better English, because when somebody, comes across the post that says like, "Hi Will, I want to do your social media," it's like, that's not going to cut it. There are very good people that, have English as their primary language, that have way better scripts. They're going to outdo you every single time. And as someone who owns a business in the United States, in English, that's just not going to cut it. And it might be harsh, but that's just the way that things are. So I encourage you, if you're watching this from overseas, maybe, watch some more videos on cold scripts and English. And I think that if you can master that, you'll thank yourself in the long run. But cold DMing people on social media is really, there's no cap on it. It takes, no time to do, considering you can do it from your phone. And like for me, when I was doing this, I was like, going to the gym religiously, and I would do it in between sets. Like, I would take like 2 to 3 minutes. I would take the same script, put their name, put their business name in there, personalize some stuff, and I would send like 2 to 3 messages in between sets. And by the time I left the gym, I had sent like 50 to 60 messages every single day. And so, I wouldn't do too much. I wouldn't get to the hundreds a day, because then Instagram is going to flag you. Facebook might do the same thing. I haven't, exactly tried LinkedIn quite yet. However, I know it's very, very, very popular. And if you can get a good system in place on LinkedIn, I've heard some pretty good success stories from there as well. So LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram are the 3 main platforms you can start outreaching to today. And most businesses have their platforms on them. So if you can't find any, you're just not looking hard enough. I also have some videos about how to do that on my channel, so scroll down for those as well. The 5th and final form of outreach, which I don't really think is outreach necessarily, is just organic traffic from different methods of content. So that can be anything from, creating a good website with good SEO articles. SEO pretty much just means search engine optimization, where if you write articles, then they come up when people search for, digital marketing agency in Atlanta. That's where I live. So like if I were to make a really good SEO optimized website, I would try to get to the first or second page in Google so that whenever somebody, Google's digital marketing agency in Atlanta, they would see my website. So you can do that by creating articles on a daily or weekly basis that are relevant to the marketing space or whatever niche you're in. For example, if I was a marketing agency for gyms or fitness or health, I would, create articles on new trends in the health industry, new trends in like hydration in gyms, what's going on in fitness nowadays. And so I would make sure that I'm up to date on all that stuff while incorporating how to grow your gym, your health, your fitness brand into that as well. Because, if I'm a fitness or health, business owner, that's my industry, and I'm looking to how to grow my business, and I come across an article that says how to grow on social media as a health/fitness business, and it's, your article, I'm going to look more into your website. I'm going to want to book a call. So SEO is very, very, very good for this. And I don't think a lot of people, take advantage of it necessarily. So SEO is the first, kind of part of organic. The second is just building up your own social media. This can be anything from a personal brand to an agency, but for this, I'm going to talk about an agency, which really just kind of centers around creating reels, creating good posts. And you could also run some ads, just building a good foundation for social media so that when people search up, marketing agency, again, I'll use the Atlanta area. If, somebody searches up marketing agency in the Atlanta area, you should be one of the first people to pop up if you have a really good social media strategy in place across Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I would really focus on LinkedIn for this one because obviously this is where, most of the business owners are going to be. But that being said, it's important, if you're creating content, to distribute it across as many platforms as possible. And the third part of organic is a personal brand. What I'm trying to build right now is establishing, market proof. I have proof in the industry that I know what I'm doing, that I make videos like this that help people out. And I think it's a very, very important thing in 2023, if you're not doing it, to start doing it. Because if I'm an e-commerce business owner and I'm looking up, Will Ross, hopefully I'm a top result, and they can see my YouTube channel, they can say, oh, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. He makes marketing tips, he does this and that, and it gives market proof or market, validation that I've, established myself in the space. I wouldn't say I've done it quite yet. I'm just, continuing to make these YouTube videos and providing as much value as possible. But you can do that, by not creating, YouTube videos like this. You can just create an Instagram page where you create Reels or Facebook Reels or YouTube Shorts or TikToks. Short form content is very, very big right now, and there's a lot of agencies that are being made around, creating shorts and editing them and, doing that for personal brands. So creating a personal brand is absolutely, one of the best methods for organic traffic. And I think if you have enough people that follow you, eventually there's going to be people that want your business. So to recap, those 5 outreach methods being cold email, warm email, Upwork, DMing people, and then an organic strategy that can be SEO, social media, or personal brand. If you utilize all of them, you're going to have success no matter what. I'm trying my best to do all of these, and I've seen different clients come in from every direction. So as long as you know what works best for you, don't let anybody on the internet tell you, hey, DMing doesn't work in 2023. That's BS. You can, because it works for you. They may just have more success in cold email. Or if you have success in cold email and they say cold email is dead, that's not true. It's not going to be dead for a long time, if ever. So don't listen to anybody that'll tell you that any one is better than the other, because each one of these that I've told you about today, I've gotten a client from. So if you can, stick to one and scale it, that would be probably the best idea. But if you did go on to enjoy this video, I really appreciate you leaving a like and subscribe, hitting that notification bell, trying to grow this channel as big as possible in 2023. But thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.